Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Windbreakers podcast with me, Artie Crowshaw, and also Jay and Marty,
Hello.
who should be here.
We should be here,
Yeah,
and
I
you
think I'm here.
should be able to hear us all. Let me
Yes.
know how our volumes are. I'm hosting today. Eric's had some technical difficulties, but everything should go fine. I'm not crying. You're crying.
Please confirm that we are audible to you, Chad. Yep.
We did it.
Gildon Yettich says we look and sound fine.
Incredible.
Which,
Hell,
I will.
fine,
and if you
just
can't-
fine.
That's all.
And if you can't trust Gildon Yettich, who can you trust? Yes.
Very true.
So happy Labor Day,
cookies and
everyone.
cream
We're not
founders.
taking the day off because we take our jobs seriously.
Yes,
I'm going to take the day off as soon as we're done with this.
and I don't know what it is because I'm British.
All right. Well, I'm a creative and I set my own deadlines. So if I didn't work today, I just have to do twice as much work tomorrow.
There you
And
go.
Yep.
fuck that,
Same here.
frankly. And this week on Windbreakers, we're talking about endings, or rather true endings, and how much is too much to ask to prevent people from getting the, open quotes, true ending. Because, of course, there are many games in this world that have multiple endings. And often it's the case that you'll have one ending if you've done basically what you need to do, and you'll get the golden ending, the super ending, if you've also fulfilled a couple of other criteria.
Yeah.
Just to take a couple of examples, Silent Hill 1, you have to do that whole side plot with the Aglar Fotis to unlock the best possible ending. Marty, cite another example.
Yeah, I was thinking some of my earliest examples that came to mind were stuff like the Donkey Kong Country games always had. If you would collect everything and get to 100%, then you get the actual final either boss battle or a little cutscene. Super Metroid and Metroid tried to carrot on a stick us with softcore pornography by being like, hey, if you do everything and beat the game quickly, it turns out you're playing as a girl and she's got boobs.
Bikinis.
But therein lies the rub. Is that really a true ending or just a bonus Easter egg ending?
So yeah, those might be more goofs. Whereas the first, I think, true one I remember is like Symphony of the Night. Is you can beat the game and kill Richter, and you get kind of a bummer ending. You're like, what the fuck's going on here? But if you do the thing and get the magic glasses, you're like, oh shit, there's an entire half game that I haven't played yet.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
And I guess our question is, what is too much to ask? You might have noticed from the thumbnail that we might have an opening candidate, namely a Batman Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
Which has one ending that's the ending after you defeated all the villains and saved the city and everything's great now. And then it has another ending that actually ends the story that you can only get after you've done all the side quests, including picking up every single fucking Riddler trophy.
Yeah. Yeah, there's absolute way too many. Like, that is insane. There's 250 of them you have to collect, and you have to because it involves you, I think, arresting every one of Batman's rogues gallery, which is a cool thing to be like. That's how you get to true ending.
Yes.
Batman puts all of his major villains behind bars, but having the one be behind 250 Riddler trophies is absurd.
Yes, I mean, it does raise the question of why exactly we need to collect every single Riddler trophy before we can arrest the Riddler.
Like, if he's
Seems like we could pretty easily just, break his door down and grab him by the fucking neck.
Yeah, if we're the world's greatest detective, shouldn't we be able to detect where he is before the 250th Riddler trophy?
Clearly not that smart.
Because isn't it like an established thing with the Riddler that if you play by his rules, he'll always win?
Yeah. So you need to find a way to do a little tricky.
There was
I also feel
a
like he's the
one-off.
type of character to give up himself if you did all his riddles. He's like, okay, cool.
That's all I had.
There's
All I had
one-
were the riddles.
There's a one-off Batman comic that I saw a YouTube video about, which I think is a very, very neat Riddler story because it's presented as a choose-your-own-adventure story. Like, you're Batman, you come to the typical abandoned amusement park looking for the Riddler, and it says, if you go to this door, go to this such and such panel. If you go to this door, such a panel. But if you play the book by the presented rules, then you always get a bad ending. You always get a bad ending where the Riddler wins and Batman dies. The way to beat the Riddler is to, chuck the whole choose your own adventure book idea in the bin and just read the comic from left to right.
That's really good.
Way.
I like that a lot.
That's really fun.
Yeah, that's a fun way of
clever.
playing with form while also digging into who the character is.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Then you get to a storyline that you could never possibly reach by taking any other route, where the Riddler goes, "How the fuck did you get here? You cheat, you asshole!" And then punch him in the face.
I like that. I like that a lot. The Batman's on the thumbnail here, but I think the reason this one came to mind this week or last week was because I know, like Jay, I was doing a Hollow Knight replay, and Hollow Knight is a game where you have if you do what the game tells you to, you can get an ending, and it's kind of a bummer ending, but there's obviously all sorts of stuff you can do to get the quote-unquote true ending, which is also locked behind, I think, some incredibly difficult gameplay. And I'm going to be honest, didn't get that one. I'll just look at that one on YouTube. I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
It seems too hard.
Well, I think it's fine to have an additional ending that happens after you've done all the side stuff and gotten everything that you didn't need to get the main story ending. I think that makes sense. I think Lord knows it annoys me when I play like a sandbox game and I finish all the sides, I get to story end, I go into like post-ending fuckabouts mode, and I get everything done, but there's nothing to mark the fact that I got everything done.
Sure.
It's just, oh, well, guess you're done. Might as well pack it in then.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like the second ending where things, but I just don't think it should be presented as the ending you need to see to be officially done with the plot.
Yeah.
I think a good example would be Hi-Fi Rush. It's got a good ending after you beat the game standard style, and it's fine. And if you just stop there, it's fine. That's all you need. But there's a second ending you get for doing all like the post-ending side stuff, and it just sort of wraps up a couple of things with a couple of characters, and there's just like a kind of funny joke at the end. But it doesn't feel like the actual end you need to see to have fully gotten the full experience.
Yeah, you like them more when the reward for doing everything and getting the hard ending is kind of like a little like, oh, well done. Here's a nice little reward because you completed all the challenges, instead of being like, oh no, if you want actual fulfillment from this story, you need to bash your head against the wall and 100% everything in order to get it.
Yeah, like my example would be Prince of Persia Warrior Within, where the canon ending that the next game is the sequel to, you can only get by finding all the health upgrades and beating a super hard boss fight. And the game never tells you this. You would never like figure this out from just playing the game. And some of the health upgrades are really obnoxiously hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
But the ending where you save the Empress of Time and take her back to your home city, which is how the next game starts, you can only get by doing the bullshit side stuff.
I'm literally realizing I don't think I ever played a Warrior Within or Two Thrones, because I was like, none of that sounds familiar.
I think you'll struggle to play Warrior Within. It's a difficult one to go back to. It's so different with its level design and how it progresses.
I like a lot of the aspects of Warrior Within. I don't like the fucking 2000s era My Chemical Romance.
Shugs. Yeah.
But I think, it fixes some of the gameplay problems I had with Sands of Time, and it's better than Two Thrones.
There you go.
It's fair. I just like the aesthetic of Two Thrones. I think it's nice.
You
more than Warrior.
That's not the only Prince of Persia game that could be a part of this conversation, though, because there's a whole other bucket of true endings that might be the most blasphemous version, which Prince of Persia 2008. There was something in the water around this time period, the late aughts, early teens, where games like Prince of Persia 08, Asura's Wrath, and Dead Space 3 all held their actual true canonical story endings behind paid DLC, some of which came out right alongside the game, some of it was down the road, which is awful.
Yes, that's big heaps of bullshit. And a lot of games still do it. I mean, I think it's more of a live service thing these days. It's fucking like Suicide Squad was all like, hey, this plot's not finished, but we'll finish it at some point. I guess you'll just have to keep grinding.
Season 2.
It's not even we'll fix it in post. It's like, we'll fix it a year after the game is out. No, you won't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's our roadmap. Our roadmap includes adding a fucking ending to this game.
Yeah. That's
fucking bullshit is what it is.
I don't know what. I'm glad. I was about to say we've mostly gotten away from that, but I think, like you said, a lot of live service games, that's just kind of become something people expect is this continues over time, afterwards, whether you're a Destiny player or whatever.
Yes. I like that more than the Dead Space 3 situation, because at least now we can differentiate games that do that. So, hey, it's just like the live service number crunchers that do that, so let's just not play those.
Yeah.
Let's play, traditional single-player games like
Mafia: The Old Country.
There you go. No fucking golden ending bullshit there. Everyone gets a shit ending in that game.
It really did. I guess you get to go to someone gets to go to America, so that's nice. Do you guys ever
hope you enjoy it, fetus?
Has there been a game in recent memory that you've rolled credits on and then enjoyed so much for one reason or another that you kept going to see like further on, endings?
Well, that's where my point of contention lies with this system in general. I don't mind true endings if you can realize it and then access it in the same file. I hate true endings when they're like, restart the game. You didn't pick up this apple in level 2? You're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, go back and do it. As much as I really love like the subtle gameplay changes of Silent Hill 2, I also think you kind of do need to play the game again if you want to get other endings. So like doing it post game, collect everything, do everything, all the side content in the game. That seems like a natural conclusion. But make me play the game again, I'm just like, no thanks.
So for my part, if you want a recent example of games with a true ending that I felt I wanted to try for, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, actually.
Oh, wow.
Because while I was playing that, it felt weirdly easy. And then I got to the end of the game and got an ending, well, the two endings, it's a classic sort of ending Tron 3000, pick which character to die situation. And that didn't feel like a true ending because, it's a Japanese game. Where's the happy ending where all your friends cheer you on while you fight God in space? So I looked it up, and it turns out, yes, there is a true ending in Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. You can only get if you play through the game on hard. But because I felt the game was weirdly easy, I then felt, oh, you know what? I think I will restart the game on hard. And that's a good example of like a hard difficulty setting because it actually changes the game. It adds more like hazards and enemies. It's not just cranking up the numbers like hard mode frequently is.
Yeah.
Didn't actually get to the final ending. Didn't really have time, but also things started getting kind of bullshitty towards the end.
Mine is the example you gave earlier. Mine is Hollow Knight was the one where I was like, I want to go for all the endings. I think it gives you a percentage, and I think when you're on the home screen, if you've done everything, it's 112%. Like there's extra stuff you can do above 100.
Yeah, I get because I
like
98%.
I like having more to discover
when I just finished the game, and I was like, oh, that's like I'm almost done. And then I looked, and I'm like, oh no, it's like 112% is the real thing. I'm like, what? That's not how percentages work.
I'm fine with that. I like having more nuggets to follow after I feel like I'm done, and then getting more for that investment, rather than having to go back.
Yeah, there's
Was
also
it Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance where you discover halfway through the game that there's actually 2 maps that are identical.
Yeah,
and you have to explore them all, and it's 100% only counts for 1 map, and you need 200% to finally finish the game.
Yeah. Which that's kind of taking the inverted castle from Symphony of the Night and just going fucking bonkers with it, which I love.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't even invert the castle. Yeah, that's why it was dumb.
It's just a different castle. Yeah, and we've also talked in the past games like Blueprints and Animal Well that I know I'm personally, even like this Hollow Knight playthrough, I hit a point where I'm like, gameplay wise, I'm very satisfied with where I let off. I thought that my final boss fight was tough, but I beat it and I felt good. And so then I'm like, I'll just watch the other stuff on YouTube. And I said I was the same way on stuff like Animal Well or Blueprints. I got to a certain point, like Animal Well, I found all the eggs, and I was like, this is good. This is where I want my journey with the game to end. I will look up all the other shit. And the same thing with Blueprints. And so, like, do you go for like a Silent Hill? Do you go and just watch all the endings on YouTube? Like, that's one of the nice things now is you kind of can just get one ending and then experience the rest of them relatively easily.
Yes, that's one of my objections to ending Tron 3000 situations, because it means the game doesn't really feel like it has an ending. Yeah. And a good ending, is a very important part of a good story.
Yeah.
I mean, before you ending, it's not a story at all. It's just a beginning and a middle. So back in the day, I played Silent Hill 2, like before YouTube was a thing. I had to play through Silent Hill 2 multiple times to see all the endings, including the weird ones you can only get on the second playthrough.
Yeah,
but, I liked the game so much, I didn't complain.
Yeah, and when we were younger, you had less disposable income, and you only got
Yeah.
1 or 2 games a year or something. So yeah, I did that with like
game,
Chrono
yeah.
Trigger. I replayed Chrono Trigger a shit ton to get the different endings. Whereas now, if I would play a game like that, I would just be like, I will happily watch them on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't want to be able to miss anything. I think that's what it comes down to. I don't want to be able to like imagine starting a second playthrough and being like, right, I'm gonna go for this ending, but then just because you're going through the motions again, you randomly forget that apple that I mentioned right on level 2, and it's like, oh no, you have to
Yeah.
restart again. I want to be able to go hunt these things down, or it be based off of choices that are like very similar to the actual world, right? As much as I'm not a big fan of BioShock and it's binary, do you want to kill kids or do you not? Like choice-based thing, because I think that game has an incredible, like, I think transformative narrative for the medium. I think it's very, very powerful. I don't think killing children is very important to that overarching plot, but at least you kind of know what kind of ending you're going for by what
Yeah.
you're doing. I just want to
Funny how-
know, right?
Yeah. Binary karma was a thing for a while, but it seems to have fallen out
Disappeared.
of favor because
Yeah.
now it's, fascists versus nutters.
Yeah.
It's more like it's more philosophical, I suppose.
Yeah,
It's
I
more
do-
nuanced. Both sides has its good sides and its bad sides.
of course.
I do totally agree with you there, Jay. That if you the something 5 hours into the game that you could very easily miss impacting the ending you get is kind of bullshit. Like the Persona games 4 and 5 do the same thing, where like you need to make very specific choices or have certain social links at very specific places in order to unlock the real, and it's like the real ending of the game.
It needs to be a conscious decision, right? Like, I need to know that if I let this character die, and then the ending is something to do with the fact that that character died, their lover comes and kills me. Or
Yeah.
whatever. Okay, well, at least I know that is a result of my actions, not because I didn't do a certain thing. Or like in Silent Hill, again, Silent Hill 2, I think it's fantastic. But like, oh, well, I didn't not heal myself enough, so I got a different ending or X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
Like, it's this
yeah.
list of things.
Yeah.
It's an interesting design practice, but I think for the player, if you're someone who likes to go for endings, it can be frustrating. But yeah.
Yeah, and I know I haven't done my replay yet, but people were saying that Final Fantasy X-2 apparently locks its final
God.
ending, which is like the reunion of Titus and Yuno, which people wanted to see, behind incredibly specific, make sure you've spoken to all of these nameless NPCs at various spots and used every save
What?
point and stuff. And it's like, this is why is this?
If you're making me tab out to look at a guide for how to get an ending, you've already lost.
But that,
right? Like,
I
at least I
literally
know
think
if I
that's
do all the
why-
side content or get the hunt, you know?
I think that's, especially the game of Final Fantasy X too. I think that was the era when they were trying to sell official strategy guides. That was like
Get people on the
kind of
websites.
early pre-internet, and so people were like, they're like, hey, if you want these two characters you love, if you want to see them finally have a reunion, you need to pay $20 for the primo strategy guide or whatever. Which is,
I know
horseshit.
one game that doesn't have the excuse of needing to sell strategy guides. Cave Story.
No.
Do you ever go for the true ending of Cave Story?
I've not. No, is it absurd?
Well, firstly, you have to do a bunch of bullshit stuff throughout the course of the game that the game is very bad at spotlighting for you. Like, you gotta go back to a certain area, make sure such and such character is there. You got to pick up a certain thing somewhere else, take it to somewhere, make sure you're still. You gotta not use a specific, very useful item that you would have otherwise. And then that's just the start. You've unlocked the true ending if you can then access a final level, which is the hardest level in the game, or basically any game. You have to do all in one go. There's no saving. You get one life. And then beat the hardest boss in the game that's got like 3 phases, and then you get the true ending. I mean, I don't think the standard ending is a bad ending.
Yeah.
In that, it's a pretty standard sort of ending. The island crashes to the ground, you defeat the villain, everything's happy. Final ending is just a sort of extra challenge. But it's just knowing that the true ending exists and that there's an extra gameplay challenge attached to it, sort of makes it feel like a truer ending, because you haven't experienced the full challenge. You haven't proved yourself
Yeah.
quite as much as you could have done.
Yeah, I'm curious if like my theory that the Final Fantasy one was to sell strategy guides, if the Cave Story one is specifically because that game came out, as the internet was really picking up steam and people were finding kind of communities of like-minded people and talking with things. Like, it almost feels like the requirements for that ending are a product of hoping that a small passionate player base will find themselves online to be able to discuss that a little bit like Animal Well, maybe.
I think from experience of like dissecting the Cave Story puzzles at university in lessons and stuff, it's moon logic. It's like through the puzzle designs, it's very like, what was the developer thinking? It's not how would this puzzle naturally pan out. So there may have been intention behind it, but I personally doubt it.
Yeah. Going back to one thing Yahtzee mentioned earlier with Ninja Gaiden, how do you feel about a game kind of holding its like difficulty, and not like obtuse difficulty, but like, here's the actual like challenging test of mechanics behind a thing like that? Because that's how I felt with Donkey Kong Bonanza. I thought that was an extremely easy game until I got to the post game, and then the post game has like, oh, these are like the actual challenging levels in the game. And Mario's kind of done that in the past. Like, the Galaxy games kind of do that.
That is definitely the case with a lot of the mainline Mario games do that all the time, where you can beat the game with like a certain number of stars or moons or whatever the MacGuffin du jour is. But if you want to get all the MacGuffins du jour, then you need to do some real bullshit challenges. The Mario Galaxy Luigi Purple Coin Challenge tends to get brought up when you talk about that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, even recently, last year, Astrobot did the same thing with some post-game stuff.
I think if you take the Ninja Gaiden example, that works if if you're playing the game primarily for the fun of experiencing the primary gameplay loop. I don't think it works so well if the game's strength is more narrative based. But the fact is, I wanted to play Ninja Gaiden to get on hard because I was enjoying the gameplay, and I wanted to kick ass some more and feel like I was kicking ass even better because I was on hard mode.
Yeah. I think it goes back to what you were saying about like, as long as that ending that's locked behind difficulty or a bunch of conditions that are difficult to understand isn't locking away the actual narrative ending of the game. Like, I'm fine with it in Mario games or Donkey Kong stuff, because a lot of the times the stuff you get as a reward narratively is just like, oh, Peach, oh look, Yoshi's here, right? And you get infinite lives, and it's like, cool, I've got this fun thing. Or you don't really get a narrative thing, but getting all the Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild, you just get the golden poo, and it's like, that's a big fuck you, but it's not like
very funny.
You're having this big narrative revelation from doing all that stuff. So as long as it's not doing that.
The Yoshi on the roof of Mario 64 always angered me, because I was like, I got up there and I'm like,
really?
I'm going to get to ride Yoshi. I could play the whole game with Yoshi now. And then he just gave me all these lives. I'm like, I don't need lives. I just did everything.
You bastard.
Done with the game.
Let me ride you.
Let me ride you.
Yeah, he's
a little scamp.
I wish I could have written him too. Yeah. He is a scamp. There was something that Jess saw that I want to read out before we did this pod. She was looking at endings in games. Well, she's done this, and she's got the description of how to get the trending in Bravely Default 2.
Okay.
And I'm just going to read the summary of it, which is, you must first defeat the first false final boss in Chapter 6, and then reload your save to progress the story through 2 bad endings where the Nexus is defeated. After defeating the Nexus for the second time, you must collect all 24 jobs, whatever that means, including the optional Gambler, Salve Maker, and Brave Bearer asterisks, and then select a purple save slot to trigger a new cutscene. Talk to the old woman in another town to access a new location, then you get the final boss. So you have to do like save file shenanigans to get to the true ending of the game. It's like, how are you meant to figure that shit out?
Out with that shit.
Mad.
It's not that definitely feels like strategy guide selling stuff.
Yeah. and this isn't an ending, but I just did it yesterday, so it's fresh on the mind. Yahtzee, I'm assuming when you played Metal Gear Delta, you did not get to play the Platinum developed Nightmare character action game where you fight vampires, correct?
What?
Is that the thing that happens if you save while you're in the prison cell?
Yes. So very specifically, after you get your eye shot out, you need to call paramedic and save, and she'll tell it. She always gives you a movie fact, and she talks about Dracula.
Yes.
Yeah. And
this was the case in the original Metal Gear Solid 3,
yes.
of course.
So I don't. So you might have remembered that, but yeah, at that very point, and it's not in the So like that is not in the versions that you could buy on like Switch or PC now. It was in the original PS2 version, and then Platinum remade it for this one. But you need to specifically save at that point, and then like go to the main menu and then reload that save in order to wake up in the nightmare thing, which is like such a. How would you know this unless you knew it? Like, there's no way.
But that's another thing. Yeah. So why I like that is because it's not like needed. It doesn't feel like an ending, right? That's just like a weird Easter egg, a kind of elaborate one, but a weird one. That is the stuff that would spawn rampant rumors on the
Sure.
That would go. People would go ape shit for that. But nowadays it's just like, well, yeah, just do this convoluted set of things. But like, I'm sure as a kid, you wouldn't even know how you got that.
Yeah. Now,
right?
when I looked that up, there's like a million, websites wrote how to unlock the crazy.
And I love
character.
that.
Yeah.
I miss secrets, man. I miss them so much.
Hideo Kojima puts in so much shit just to amuse himself. I mean, did you know that in Metal Gear Solid 2, you know how some of the lock of the doors have like girly posters on them?
Mm-hmm.
There's one girly poster where if you like flatten Solid Snake up against the girly poster, his like hand is over her crotch. And if you then knock on the wall with your hand, it sets off an alert. And lots of soldiers come in and try to kill you because you're being a little pervert. They are defending the honor of the poster lady.
Yeah, the nods are hardening.
Yeah, the also still off topic, but in Metal Gear Solid Delta, they replaced. There was like a poster of a model up, I think, in the locker room where you have to stuff Rykov's body. So there was a poster of a model there, a Japanese model, in the mid 2000s. And in the HD version, this new version, they replaced it with a current photo of the model, and she has her little child who's dressed in like a bunny suit, and she's holding the little kid. And I think it's really cute. So it's the same model, but just a new picture 20 years later, and she just is a mom now. And so I thought that was nice.
Cool.
I wonder what that was all about.
Yeah.
And that's how Kojima himself wasn't involved with the remaster, because he'd have just replaced it with another pervy lady picture.
We need the
I think given an excuse for why she was in a bikini.
You're going to feel bad if you say anything wrong with it. Yeah.
I was writing up my Metal Gear Solid Delta review this morning, and it occurred to me that the character of the boss is like the archetypal Hideo Kojima character. It's like every Hideo Kojima character cliche rolled into one. Because firstly, beautiful lady, victim of horrendous abuse, probably a child soldier.
Sure.
Because let's face it, fucking everyone is in Metal Gear Solid. Gets her tits out for no reason. And a super fighter, and communicates exclusively in verbose philosophizing.
Also got a little bit of mystical to them. Like the snake scar slithers off after she dies. You're like, what is this?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. Don't know what the fuck that was about. Yeah,
has a gun that looks like a penis.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just the ultimate Kojima, possibly the most Kojima character.
Hideo Kojima's really weird about women. I mean, if you think back, like he's got this thing about female characters who have beautiful faces and really fucked up bodies or really fucked up backstories.
Yeah. Yeah, all the bad guys in 4, all the beauties and beasts. He's a weird dude.
Yeah.
He's a weird man.
That's why it's so satisfying. Like, I've spoken about it a lot. I haven't played them, but I've watched a shit ton of videos on it because it's so fascinating to just digest the weird worlds of all of the games he's created. It's like super satisfying.
I intend to write an essay, probably a semi-ram, on the subject of how basically all of Metal Gear Solid's weirdness can be rooted to the very first game and the fact that Hideo Kojima felt the need to justify that the main villain was called Big Boss.
I'd be interested in seeing that.
Oh no, I wrote myself in a corner. How do I get out? I'll make several more video games to get me out of here.
I mean, it's a perfectly sensible thing to call a character in like a throwaway action movie plot.
Sure,
he's called Big Boss because he's the big boss.
Yeah.
But then he spends the whole game with the whole series with a perfectly straight face, trying to justify the fact that the villain was called something like a 6-year-old would call the main villain in an imaginary game, and it's kind of a spectacular to watch.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That years and years of work and dedication of hundreds of people went to him trying to be like,
Yeah.
no, it's not weird, and I'm going to show you why.
Oh dear. Well, since we're this far off topic, we might as well start on the super chats.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get things back on track.
Yeah.
Okay. Starting, of course, with Raven's weekly word of the week. Oh, how lovely. Raven gives $5. And his weekly word of the week, get ready to laugh it up, Raven, because I didn't know this one either. Agelast. 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 I hope everyone is having a good Labor Day. Yeah, I looked it up. This is a word meaning, apparently, someone who never laughs, from Greek.
What's
Apparently.
I cannot understand the like.
I mean, this
the
is practically a
etymology of
word. I think this is practically a word for a foreign language. I don't think Raven gets any points for that. I think they should stick to fucking words that are in common English parlance.
Yeah, Raven. Yeah.
We don't even know how. Do we even know if we're pronouncing it correctly? Agelist or Agelist?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, if it's Greek, it's probably like Agalas, as in Agamemnon.
Agalas.
Love Agamemnon. Well, Brian Cox in the movie Troy. Shout out to Troy.
There you go. And then Raven gives another $5 and says, unrelated, I think it would be funny if Tsunami Douche had posted one time and literally just typed nothing as his comment. Well, it wouldn't be funny now you said that, Raven.
I think someone's
You've
cribbed
killed
that
the
before.
possibility
Someone's
of that
done
joke.
that, but not Tsunami Doucher.
Yeah.
Tsunami Doucher doesn't do bits. No bits from Tsunami Doucher. It's very serious stuff when the tsunami comes douching.
It's a transaction with Tsunami Douche. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, they come up to the counter, they pay for their Tic Tacs, and they leave.
Yeah.
There's no chit chat.
I mean, that used to be the case in England. And I was really thrown when I first got to Australia and I was paying for something in a shop and the shopkeeper asked me how my day was going. I was completely thrown. I was like, how the fuck could one possibly answer a question such as that? I got used to
looking at their feet.
I got used to just mutely handing over what I want to buy and then mutely handing over the money
Without making eye contact.
While the shopkeeper mutely takes the money and gives me the receipt.
There you go.
That's the British customer service experience.
Oh, yep.
Anyway, Ninjuk gives 14 ZAR and says, sending cash to hear Yahtzee say ZAR. Hope it was everything you dreamed it would be. Ninjuk.
It worked. Ninjak is that's a good screen name.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think ZAR is South African Rand, but I could be wrong.
That sounds right. Yeah. I think you've looked this
Alex
up.
Armstrong gives $2 and says, isn't Super World just a really fussy Metroidvania?
I'd say so.
I wouldn't have said so, Alex Armstrong,
Oh, really?
because to my mind, a Metroidvania is characterized by being like a network of paths, like a sprawling spaghetti pile of paths. And Super World is really just an open world with all the puzzles just splattered onto it.
I'd be genuinely curious what the rest of that game looks like. If only the first introductory level is like the hell that we were in, or if the rest of the game kind of opens up into more traditional Metroidvania. So,
Well, I'll never
I
find
was
out.
not a fan of the hell that we were in. I wanted out.
Gil Onitich gives $5 and says, the Danganronpa series' ending could be interpreted as best, worst, or annoying, but it's also a spoiler, so Yachts will never know. Thanks, democracy. Hey, there's always next year.
Always
Gil
next summer.
Onitich.
Vote early, vote often.
Punch and Pretty gives $3 and says, hey, Yachts, your thoughts on New York Times' recent puzzle Pips?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I noticed
played this.
that. They introduced a new puzzle to the daily New York Times puzzle app.
Yeah, I like them.
And it's not a word puzzle, so I don't want to know.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
out of
like
here with this
paywalling?
fucking logic, number-based dominoes fucking shit.
Yeah, it's like a Sudoku puzzle, but with a handful of dominoes that you need to place in specific order with specific rules. You're not
They
a
started
Sudoku.
paywalling a bunch of their games, right?
Sudoku's been
I
on
still
the app
haven't-
for ages. I don't play that at all. I just want the word puzzles.
I don't
Thanks.
think they've been paywalling. I feel like I should pay for it because I use.
I've heard some buzz.
Oh,
I've heard
I
some
do.
buzz
I do
that they're
Wordle
paywalling
and
their
connections
games.
every morning, and I don't know. I've never paid. I probably should.
Well, I pay because I want to do the crossword, the main crossword.
Gotcha. Oh, the mini
Anyway.
is now paid walled. I didn't realize.
Oh, well,
It's just going to keep going.
That's going against their own best interest because surely the mini is the taster. It's like the free sample.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, hey, you
It's
want
the
cross?
appetizer.
You want crossword action? Well, first taste's free, bitch. Anyway, Sovereign gives €5. It says Hollow Knight's true ending requires you to complete a boss rush of literally every boss in the game in one go. Cool ending, but flipping hard to get.
Oh, get out of town.
the-
That's too much.
That's the case.
That's
in
like the
Ninja Gaiden
true
Rage Band as well.
ending.
Oh, there's like
With
layers
Shovel
of
Knight.
true.
Yeah,
Shovel Knight has a boss rush before the end, and that I
Any
never
game
found that
with
too
Knight
hard.
at the end. Arkham Knight.
you
the
go.
Hollow Knight boss rush is something else.
Okay.
It's like remixed bosses all in a row. It's like, and there's like 30 of them. So
Yeah.
it's
Do you
it's
at
kind of
least
silly.
like get to see like your little Bugman's cloaca at the end or something? Is there something like horny?
yeah, he flashes it. There's 2 frames of it.
How many arms
Bugs
do you
don't
think?
have cloaca.
That's
wait.
birds, by the way.
I
not
was literally
bugs.
about to ask you a question that we spent all of the podcast talking about. I forgot you were on that
What,
podcast.
do they have arms?
How many arms does Hornet have? I think the
I'm
answer
on
is going to
team 8.
surprise
I'm on
us.
team 8 arms.
I think.
I'm on team 8 arms. I'm
yes,
with you.
I like it.
Hornets don't have any arms.
No, Hornet is the
He's not
main
a
character
hornet,
of
that's just
Silk
their name.
Song. The
Oh, okay.
character with like the red shawl. I have a theory that they have several arms. Also, Capcom straight up came out and said Pragmata is not a Mega Man game, and so I felt seen.
Oh,
They straight up.
They
said
straight
it.
up came out and said it, so I felt seen.
Dude, they're calling you out.
I forced companies to move.
Lastimosis gives 50 somethings and says Blueprint's true ending is me seeing it on YouTube. Well, you're only cheating yourself, Lastimosis.
I understand the frustration
To
of
my
trying
mind.
to get that though.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
I watched,
another like system of
wa-
trying to get
I wa-
understanding how to get something, but not having the
The
patience
tools.
to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tools
I
and
watch endings.
patience.
I watch endings on YouTube because I got to review the game next week. I ain't got the time to play it properly.
There you go.
But if that wasn't my job, I probably wouldn't because it wouldn't feel earned. Anyway, Alex Armstrong is $2 and says, "Is everyone happy at end of Zelda Majora's Mask? A true ending."
What's the trending of Majora's Mask?
That's just where you beat the game, isn't it?
No, I'm now trying to
Right.
think of are there endings if you like completely fill out the bomber's notebook by like
Oh.
maybe in the the 3DS version. I feel like a fake Zelda boy by not knowing this. I mean the
Only played
moon
the
doesn't
3DS
fall on them,
version.
which is good. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, perhaps we could ask for more than just the moon not falling on us and destroying the world. I think that's pretty much standard. That's just basic politeness on the moon's part.
That's just every day. It should be assumed it's not going to fall.
Hey, Anyway, yes. Answer is chat. In the meantime, user account 333 gives $10 and says 2 of my favorites are tough to get but pretty satisfying: Undertale Pacifist and Look Outside Perfect Ritual Denial. They're both we've been through a lot together, but we're gonna be okay. I think Undertale Pacifist's comparatively easy, at least compared to Undertale Genocide. That's the hard ending, and it's the ending you don't want.
So it's harder
And
to
that's
kill
kind
it.
of-
It's harder to kill
Which is a
everything
weird
than it is
flip.
to not kill things.
Well, the game's sort of making a big point. It's like the game sort of calls, while you're doing the genocide run, the game sort of calls you out on doing the genocide run, even though it's much harder because the game interprets that the only reason you're doing it is because you know that it exists and you want to see it.
Oh, like it calls like the
Yeah.
player out for being.
And it doesn't do that for the
Yeah.
pacifist run? Because
Oh,
I'd call
it's-
either of them out for knowing that they exist, because the game doesn't tell you, right?
No, the pacifist run's pretty straight. It only breaks the fourth wall in the genocide run.
Interesting.
Anyway, Jay Ferret gives $5 and says, "I owe y'all, especially Yahtzee, a finder's fee for fervently recommending The Alters. It reminded me of the level of choice in Mass Effect. Thank you."
Alters was a good game.
Okay, doesn't feel much like Mass Effect to me, but
It's kind of sci-fi.
whatever.
Did
Whatever
Mass
what you
Effect do
No,
the
they were
same
just
thing?
talking about the levels of choice in Mass Effect, not that it feels like Mass Effect, right?
oh, okay, I didn't quite pass their sentence properly.
Yeah. Did Mass
Yeah,
Effect
pity it
2 and
didn't
3?
mean much in the end, did it?
Did the Mass Effects also
what
do
color?
the pay for a DLC?
Well, it made you pay for a DLC that was, some actual fun character stuff that was absent from the game,
Gotcha.
if memory serves.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Was that like the
I'm glad
prototype
you enjoyed-
ending Tron that you always bring up?
Not really.
Doesn't Mass Effect
Well, I
3
guess-
very much have like a decision at the end
Oh,
where
yeah.
it's just make the decision?
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed all the choices that led up to this. None of them mattered.
Yeah.
Lol.
Hmm.
Now, what color of laser do you want to fire throughout the universe? It won't change anything. Anyway, Spider William 13 gives $5. Says time loop games like Everhood or Oxenfree, which rely on you immediately playing it again, so the first run is shallow and confusing, really irk me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's possible to do that sort of thing where the first run doesn't feel like formality.
Yeah.
What's some good time loop games? My brain's going, there are some.
Outer Wilds,
I'm trying to
Majora's Mask.
Outer Wilds.
Forgotten City.
Yeah.
I've got Forgotten City downloaded. I need to play that.
Yeah.
I like it.
I
I have a friend who's like obsessed with me playing it,
Okay.
and it's become too much.
Oh, I'm glad you finished that sentence. That long pause.
I have a
I've got a
friend
friend
who's
who's
writing me
obsessed with me.
messages like Stan from the Eminem song.
When I first started making videos, they were like really adamant that I needed to make a video on this on the Forgotten City, but it's like they requested it so much, it just got pushed into my brain of like, yeah, don't do this.
Oh yeah, too many
Too
spreadsheets. I liked In Stars and Time. That was another good time loop JRPG.
Oh, yeah. Alex Armstrong gives $2 and says Crash 1's true ending isn't even 100% completion.
Get out of here, Crash.
Another time it was released, right? That was
Yeah.
old school.
I've been putting the work in to get the proper ending in Crash 1, and it was kind of fun. You get a proper ending where you learn about what happened next to all the characters in a sort of Dragnet-style text screens.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I like a game that ends with that of like, here's what happened to all the pals you met along the
Yeah.
way.
I find when there's like difficulty endings, I feel like the actual ending you get doesn't really matter because a lot of it is like intrinsic motivation, not narrative, right? The ending could be you did all the challenges, the planet explodes, but you'd be like, well, I saw the planet explode, so
Yeah.
because I did all the things.
Dr. Theo gives $5 and says, I heard Crash Bandicoot 4 has a really bad true ending. The hardest Crash game to 106%, and all you get is a 30-second cutscene.
Get out of here, Crash 4.
It's the journey that matters, man.
Yeah. And you get to see
I mean,
Crash's cloaca in that cutscene. So.
I mean, basically every From Software game has a shit ending.
Truly. Oh yeah, Bloodborne's another one where you got to eat all the umbilical cords or whatever in order to.
Yes. Who'd have guessed?
I mean,
No one.
when I find umbilical cords in games, the first thing I do is start munching. It's just a natural,
Well, quite.
natural thing to
IRL,
do in a
dude.
game. IRL.
Yes, you must have been very filling playing Silent Hill 4.
Oh my god, the wazoo!
There's umbilical cords everywhere.
Veritable feast.
Impy €2. Order of Ecclesia's true ending was really touching. Yeah, that's another kind of obnoxious one. You gotta rescue all the townspeople, but some of them are kind of obnoxious to find secrets, like behind walls and shit.
Yeah.
You skipped one.
Oh yes, Peter Parker SL gives $5 and says, Marty, now that you've finished your New Vegas run, what character or creature would you be excited to see in Fallout Season 2?
Good question. Gotta see Boone, my main man Boone. He's an insane psychopath that I had as my companion. He was a sniper. He's got a dead wife that he had to kill. I'm a big fan of Boone. In terms of cool little guy, I like my robos. I like Yes Man, the robo, who's just like a robo who will say yes to literally anything. So he will turn on anyone as long as the next person comes along and tells him to. Yeah. I thought all the commands are great.
Legendary.
I want the dog. I want the robot. I like them all. They're all very nice.
Dog meat?
No, I think dog meat's in 4 or 3.
That's
Yeah,
3 or 4.
This is just odd dog.
it was in 4. It was in 4, and it was like a reference to the dog meat from the original Fallout game. Snowbound Wanderer gives $10 and says, Mass Effect 3's extended cut kinda counts. The original ending was overhated, but it was a trilogy advertised on choice ending with the same cutscene coloured red, blue, or green. EC added closure. Okay, I didn't play that myself.
Gotcha. It's also tough where like if a real ending comes out like further down the line, I'm kind of not like am I expected to replay this whole thing for this further ending? Like, or just go in kind of without the fresh memory of the original of the game and stuff? Too confusing.
Well, that's why it's important to have a good ending in the first place, I
Agreed.
suppose.
Agreed.
Alex Armstrong gives $5. Says, I know Yahtzee will say otherwise, but I feel the Ministry Man's ending in Consuming Shadow is a true ending. It adds to the Dida lore and feels heroic. Ooh, going deep in that Yahtzeeana lore.
Whoa.
Ooh.
What's that all about? Can you explain that?
With
very
spoilers, yeah, give us some.
Oh,
quickly? Or is it too
well-
much to explain?
well, the Ministry Man in the Consuming Shadow is an unlockable character who's like referenced vaguely in my Dida books. But I've always felt that continuity between my works is more just sort of fun bonus for me and my diehard fans.
Gotcha.
And it's not really something that you're expected to know to enjoy all the different things.
Sure.
Yeah, or like connects the
Yeah.
universes in a way.
Kind of like the
Okay.
Tarantino,
Consuming
like
Shadow-
same brand of cigarettes throughout his things. Like, doesn't really change
Sort of.
anything, but it's just a
Yeah.
cute little thing.
I mean, Consuming Shadow is like a dark Lovecraftian horror game, and my Dida books are comedy books. So I don't want anyone to feel obliged to engage with all of it. to
Sure.
have-
So you have to
get the
play
full
Consuming Shadow to get the
understanding.
true ending of the Dida
The
book.
books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Alex Armstrong gives $2. As much as I love Mario Sunshine, true ending is shit. I didn't
Yeah,
realize Mario Sunshine had a true ending. I mean, you defeat Bowser and rescue the princess. Is there another one after you get
Do you
all
have
the
to get
shines
all of
or
the-
something?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, you get
shines.
something in all those games. Like even 64 has the Yoshi at the top if you get 120, or I think the Galaxy ones for Wii, they would send you like a Wii message from the development team. You know how you could like almost send like Wii emails to people. So it'd be like the
Emails.
Wii mails. This is Miyamoto sending you a Wii mail. Congratulations on finding all the stars.
Man, that's a bit telegram from the Queen, isn't it?
Yeah,
Did you know that British citizens get a telegram from the Queen if they reach the age of 100?
is that
Not
true?
anymore.
Not anymore.
Now.
Not anymore.
Yeah, it used to be the thing.
Yeah.
But
No, it's from the
yeah.
king and they burn it.
I mean, the Queen herself was like almost got to the point where she could send herself one of those telegrams.
Oh my
Didn't
God.
quite make it. Although she did get the chance to send one to her mum. Her mum lived to like 102.
Oh, that's nice.
Legend.
Anyway, Nidarom gives $50. Holy Christ.
Need a ROM.
Legend.
And says, on the topic of Hollow Knight, I've struggled to get into it despite it seeming to be a game up my alley. Feels directionless and I feel underpowered. Should I shelve it and decide it's not for me, or should I play up to a certain point until then?
Well, have I
Well,
got a
Marty.
video?
I was about
you?
to say, have we got a design delve for you?
There you go.
It's basically what my entire design delves on. It's got very minimal spoilers, so you can watch that. I would just recommend going into it expecting for the game to open up. It's kind of intentionally designed to kind of feel bad in the openings, so you can overcome that. And it's very satisfying when you do. I would just don't be afraid to look things up if you get stuck. The game's not very good at naturally guiding you to where the next objective is, so just don't be afraid to look it up. That's one of the game's faults, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll say that
There you
even in this recent replay, for the first few hours, I was like, maybe Hollow Knight wasn't quite as good as I remembered. And then once I got all the movement abilities and the dash and the double jump and the wall jump and everything, the game really opens up. And I'm like, oh, wait, never mind. No, this game's actually great. So, yeah, maybe use guides or push on through until you get a few of those movement abilities. And then, it's possible the game's just not for you. But
Then it's open, yeah.
that's when it really
I'd love
clicked
to hear
for
your
me.
thoughts on it as well later on. Like if you do continue or you realize you don't, I'd like jump in one of the chats, either the Windbreaker or the Design Delve chat. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, we had a couple folks on Firelink a few weeks ago asked a similar question. Casey and I gave some advice, and then they returned last week and were like, oh, I got this, and this. I beat this, and this, and the game's finally clicked, which is very cool.
Yeah. Just takes time.
Just in time for Silk Song.
Yeah.
Which will either be very bland or no one will give a shit.
Those are the two options.
No, the two options are there's only two options I want. It's an incredible game of the year, or it's an unmitigated disaster. And those are the only two possibilities I want from this.
Yes.
And I'm
I'm in
equally
that.
excited about both, honestly.
Yeah.
I kind of assume it'll just be bland, but that's me. It's just be Hollow Knight, but another one.
But this one's got Hornet and her
I'm
possible
fine
8
with that.
arms.
It's a sequel.
Anyway, High Skog is £4.99. Says getting Neon White's true ending, doing last level repeatedly just to have a go for the secret. Could have ended there and just looked it up, saved time. Well, I think Neon White sort of trains you to play every game repeatedly. That's the point. It's like a teaching you how to speedrun game.
Yeah. And if you're still having fun while doing it, then I think like...
Which I do, as it happens.
So it's less of a... You're not wasting time if you're having fun. If you feel like you're not having fun anymore, then yeah, look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta love that core loop. I remember when I was editing your video for that, The Escapist, Marty, I became obsessed with beating Nick's times on the shared account.
Oh, yeah.
And I would literally, I was just going in for footage, but I would stay in every level until I beat Nick's times, and then I would move on. I've spent way too much time on it.
What a game.
Peter Parker SL gives $10. Says, speaking of Fallout, how do you guys feel about creators canonizing multiple choice endings? I'm afraid what backlash will transpire depending on how they handle game to show lore. Well, there's a couple of interesting examples there. I mean, I think of Wolfenstein: The New Order, where the choice at the start of the game over which character dies affects the whole rest of the game. But then for the next game, they carried that on, and you had to remind the game at the start which choice you made.
Yeah.
In a sort of clunky kind of way.
The Witcher does that by loading your in The Witcher 3 you can load your Witcher 2 save, and your decisions from the second game will carry over into the third, and certain characters will remain dead. Certain like animosities to certain factions will remain. So much effort that goes into that. It's insane.
Well, I'll tell you, one of my favorite cases of a game having to canonize multiple endings was Deus Ex. Because, of course, the original Deus Ex, there's 3 endings, I think, roundabouts. There's the ending where you join the Illuminati and help to rule the world. The ending where you join with the AI and become like a super being. And there's the ending where you shut down the internet and basically like turn the world into medieval times. And the sequel, Deus Ex Invisible War, they basically tried to make it so that all 3 of those endings happened. Like there was a minor apocalypse, and JC Denton joined the Illuminati, and JC Denton became a super AI super being.
And the internet was down for a little bit.
Yeah.
But it came back, don't worry. That's
they basically sorted it out.
Fuck.
That feels like trying to have your cake and eat it too. That seems like a lot.
Yeah. I mean, good luck doing a sequel to that game, because Invisible War had a bunch of endings where one of them was like the entire world got destroyed. So yeah.
So how did they?
I don't know why they went to prequels.
Takes place on an asteroid.
Okay, I was about to say I don't know Deus Ex very well. So does that mean like Human Revolutions and Mankind Divided are prequels?
Yes.
Yeah.
To even the original
very
Deus
much
Ex?
so. Yeah.
Are you not the same dude?
No, you're a different dude.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You're JC Denton in Deus Ex, and you're Adam Jensen.
Oh, I knew Adam
Human
Jensen.
Revolution.
I didn't ask for this.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Blistered Soul is $1.99 and says Jack 1 only teases sequel with all power cells.
I like a tease of a sequel. I like a tease.
I like a tease.
I don't mind that.
Wasn't it Metroid Prime that did that? Like you only see the glimpse of Dark Samus at the end of Metroid Prime if you
get everything,
got all the
get 100% or whatever. Oh, I could see that.
I don't mind sequel, but it's like the end of Half-Life Alyx when you you're Gordon, right? And then with the
of course there has to be a sequel for the sequel to pay off.
Gordon at the end of Half-Life Alyx? Really? I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Why am I finding all these things?
For like 5 seconds. For like 5 seconds, yeah.
I mean,
does he have a cloaca?
Half-Life
You look
Alyx
down and you have a cloaca.
I mean, Half-Life Alyx
He did.
retcons episode 2, so you're going to need to have played Half-Life Alyx before Half-Life 3 comes out.
Put it on
which you
I don't
should,
want
because it's a
VR.
fantastic
I
game.
don't want VR, but I just want to-
Well, tough. You've got to play VR. It's the future.
No, it's not.
I really hope Half-Life 3 is a VR exclusive.
Oh no! Don't say that. Why?
Anyway, Hun Bullseye gives 1,000 huffs and says, worst stroke annoying, Disciples Liberation. Play the 40 hours game again from tutorial for 1 dialogue line stroke chapter, plus 1 boring boss fight, less bad ending.
If
I
you have
don't
to
know that game.
replay the tutorial, you should go to jail. If you make someone replay a game for an ending and you have to redo the tutorial, they should be
If
in
you have to
prison.
restart the game, I think fuck off.
I like it. I like the sort of New Game Plus where like in the first playthrough, certain characters were speaking a language you couldn't understand, and in the second playthrough you can understand it. Like I can only think of Eco and Zelda Wind Waker that did that, but I liked it both times.
Does that too. Final Fantasy X,
yes,
you learn a
that
language
well.
throughout
That's
the game.
an interesting, right? Like that's an interesting exploration of why would you do a second playthrough. I think that's fascinating. But like if it's just, oh, we want you to do it again, but make these decisions or meet this criteria, eat a bag of dicks, you know?
Yeah. Eat a satchel of cloacas. It turns out a huff is a Hungarian forint.
Oh, there you go.
That's a new one.
Cloud Squall 45 gives £5 and says, Spec Ops The Line, the only true ending is if you gun down the rescue team at the end, which is pretty brutal. Who says that's the only true ending?
I don't think any of the
Cloud
endings are
45?
true or not true.
No. Well, there's no sequel,
Yeah.
so whatever ending you want.
Who decides that, right? Because a lot of this true ending stuff, it seems to be a community thing that's decided. You don't see a lot of developers saying, this is the true ending.
Yeah, and like Spec Ops, it's just your decisions. It's not like...
Yeah. I think everyone just has to decide their own true ending in Spec Ops The Line. For me, I'm a suicide man.
Yeah.
I think shoot yourself in the fucking face. That one feels
after
like
everything you've done up to that point, it's probably
Yeah.
probably fine.
Anyway, Alex Armstrong gives $2 and says, "Mate likes Hollow Knight's Absolute Radiance ending."
Watch that one on YouTube.
It's a good ending. It's a good ending. I got that on my first playthrough.
Did you just fight the sun? Is that what that whole thing is about? You just like battle the sun?
Which is also a moth. Yeah, like it's a whole thing. Also, Alex, I love that I think this is the second week in a row that you've mentioned your friend and you donate money to give the opinion of your mate.
I like it.
I'm interested on who this mate is. Are they in chat? Or are they sat next to you? What's happening?
Is the mate in the room with us right now, Alex Armstrong?
I want to know what, every new game that comes out, I want Alex's mate, the Alex mate review.
Yeah.
Mopman43 gives $5 and says, the true final boss of Prodigal requires you to get married first, which isn't hard, but does require you to actually talk to the characters around town. I'm not familiar with that game.
It's been
IRL.
I think it's been recommended a handful of times from Colorgrave. It's the studio that did Veritas and Curse Crackers. I don't know if you've ever played any of those.
No, I never played those.
No, I haven't played them either.
Yeah,
I genuinely thought you meant get.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Carry on.
Oh no, I was gonna say Prodigal's just like almost like a Game Boy era Zelda, like a Link's Awakening-ish kind of top-down Zelda.
That's pretty cool.
No.
My thing is, I thought you meant get married IRL, which is really funny because I love a card game called Love Letter.
Yeah.
And I bought my second copy of it while I was in Seattle. And Omar informed me that the creator of Love Letter, if you contact them and tell them that you're getting married, they will send you a custom version of it that is white and has completely new art. That is like a marriage version of it. And they will only send it to you if you can prove that you're getting married.
But it comes with a contract that if you get divorced, you have to send video of you burning it.
They send like a black one. You have to send it back.
Funny story.
Yeah, I like it.
It's fun.
Hey,
I like it.
Hey, Jay, do you remember Viennetta?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Viennetta as a concept? When I was a kid, I somehow got into my head that you were only allowed to eat Viennetta if you were married. In retrospect, I think it might have been my parents fucking with me.
So they would say, "Oh, you can't have some of this Viennetta because you're not married."
Oh, I know. This is like the ice cream cake, the kind of like wavy one.
Yeah, it's an ice cream cake.
You can only have it if you're married. I love that.
I have very poor memories of my childhood, so I don't know where I got that idea from.
I mean, that's the kind of thing you could totally tell a kid, and kids are dumb, and they'd be like, "Oh, that's probably true."
Yeah, it's like saying, "Oh, Fortnite doesn't work at night because it's powered by the sun."
When I was a kid, whenever there'd be a funeral, we'd go to the same place and have a banquet afterwards, and they would serve this specific chicken that we would just call funeral chicken. And I didn't realize until later on that you could just get the chicken there. Like, you didn't have to have a loved one die. You could just go to the restaurant.
Taste of death every time you go there. And just like, I'll get the funeral chicken, thank you.
Clicks PSI gives $10 and says, Assassin's Creed did this for Odyssey and Valhalla. Neither the main campaign or any DLC would result in credits. Only the final story segment released years later around the release of the next game.
What do you like?
Well, that's
fuck
bullshit.
off.
I feel like that's just we don't know what we're doing, and so we're going to wait until the new ones are going to come out and then try to stitch together some caulk between these two.
I really
Yeah,
don't like the design of modern Assassin's Creed games.
I miss the days when you sold games in shops and had to be expected to put the full game on the disc.
When you were done with it,
at
you were
the
done
time
with
when
it.
the time when the person bought it.
I am still intrigued about the spooky Assassin's Creed that's coming.
Bleh.
There's a spooky one.
Yeah, Hexa. I think it's about witches.
Man,
Hexa.
I mean they've done a desert Assassin's Creed. They've done a forest Assassin's Creed.
Now they're
They've
doing
done
the haunted one.
Yes, they've done all the Mario levels. It's time to do the haunted.
Have we done a
Mario
volcano
level as
Assassin's
well.
Creed yet?
Oh, probably somewhere.
That's funny.
Cure37 gives 50 Danish kroner and says, "Did one of you want podcast suggest History of Rome by Mike Duncan or Revolutions, also Duncan? I've started on CFS Kane, 40k with Pratchett vibes."
Ooh.
Okay.
History of Rome. What's
I've
going
been
on with
listening
Rome?
to
Do they have a lot of history?
I don't know, but I have been listening to a lot of The Rest is History podcast lately.
Is that just another history podcast?
Yes, it's just history. I like history. Sue me.
I'm not. Whoa.
Me too.
I think it's great. I listen to anime podcasts, which are the true history.
If you like. Okay. Alex Armstrong comes back with $2 and says, "Another mate loves our..." Man, Alex, you need to develop some opinions of your own.
I like Alex's
Stop
mate.
parroting other people's.
I'm creating
I'm
an
here for
Alex
Alex's
cinematic universe.
Does he prod you to donate to say this?
I don't think so. No, I saw him in the
because
comments saying he just randomly pings pals when a topic comes off and says what the
What do you think of
podcast
it?
topic's going to be. Any thoughts on it? I like it.
Oh, that's fucking. I like that, Alex. This was a bit. I like that. I like that. Thank you.
Two of us like it. Yahtzee does not. He doesn't matter though. Democracy wins.
I don't like many
It's
things.
par for the horse.
You don't like many things.
Yeah.
Do you like the
I
man
like
who
history
shoots bees out of
podcasts.
his mouth in Metal Gear?
Yeah, I very much enjoyed him.
Do you think he
The
I
shoots?
pain.
watched.
Do you think he shoots bees out of his
never
bee
seen
hole?
that shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'd never seen
Well-
that shot of Revolver Ocelot like spinning his revolvers to kill the bees.
Oh,
and the
that's cool,
hornets,
right?
And then that's
That
one
was
of the
really-
coolest things I've ever seen.
I mean, it's all really fucking dumb.
It's
but
incredibly dumb.
Yeah,
It
that's
is.
why I love it.
It is a sugar-addled 12-year-old's version of cool. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest, it's kind of
Yeah.
cool. It's kind of
Big
cool.
boss.
I mean, that kind of fits Ocelot's character in MGS3. Sugar-addled 12-year-old's idea of cool.
And it works. Yeah,
I'm here for it.
he's good at sniffing stuff.
Anyway, Dang Tien Dung gives $10 says, "Second ever super chat since Escapist days.
Hey.
Don't know why the fuck the channel is promoting gambling. That's the Escapist, not our channel, before you know. Anyways, you can only get to shoot the rocket in OG Resident Evil 1 on hard. Special shout out to Metro 2033 and Last Light."
Wait, you do? Is that true? Oh, I guess maybe I haven't
don't know.
replayed original Resident Evil in a very long time.
And why would you, honestly?
Honestly, yeah, it's a little clunky. Remake, real good though.
Alex Armstrong gives $2 and says, "Another hates culture shocks. Giant waste of time." Meaning Bioshock Infinite. Because they're using my fan name for that game.
The like the end of the game, or you think the end of the Burial at Sea stuff?
I'm assuming the
the end of the
ending of the game, because that was a very contentious ending.
Sure.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, the Booker reveal.
I kind of liked it.
So did I.
Sue me again.
I also remember liking Burial at Sea. I don't remember any of it. I don't remember a single thing about Burial at Sea.
I remember finishing Bioshock Infinite and they make that whole point where, hey, there's always a lighthouse, referencing, that Bioshock also had a lighthouse. And I immediately thought back and said, hey, could one interpret the beginning of System Shock 2 as being lighthouse related? Not really.
Ooh.
Thinking about it.
No.
Got a lighthouse though.
See, you can
Does it?
attribute a lot of things to phallic imagery. It's
Yeah,
very easy.
I guess
People
it's
have
like-
been doing it for years.
If you squint and tilt your head a little bit, you could see a lighthouse. Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
does this look like
longer than
Nards?
wine, it's a dick.
If you
Does
squint.
this look like Nards?
Well, anyway. Zaratha gives $5. It's coming late to the party again. Oh, we're talking about true endings. I know one with a great twist, and it only takes 12 minutes. Goodbye.
Waka waka.
It certainly was a noteworthy twist.
Sure.
It certainly recontextualized the plot, which is what you ask of a twist ending.
Yeah.
It just recontextualized the plot into one I didn't want to be any part of anymore.
That's the thing. I remember when that game was coming out, people were like really excited for it, and like everyone on the team was playing it, and I was like, oh, I'll listen to people's opinions before I jump in. And then as soon as they got to that ending, spoilers for people in chat, incest, I was just like, okay, and everyone's opinion of the game just fucking collapsed, and nobody spoke about it anymore. And I was like, wow, what a way to tank your game. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because it had so much going for it going in. You're like, oh, a cool like crime time loop starring like 3 real actors. Like this could be good. And then too much sister kissing.
Two real actors and Daisy Ridley.
Oh man, what happened after Star Wars? What happened?
I know. So, you know.
I don't think she's a bad actor. I just think those movies.
Do
were
we
written
know?
badly.
Can they?
You know, Daisy Ridley's first acting role was as a corpse on a crime show, apparently. And it was all downhill from there. Oh, look, it's Tsunami Dusha paying $20 and saying nothing because he's classy, unlike some people.
Man, the myth, the legend. That's how you make a bit. You just silently donate $20 every stream. Yeah, an absolute hero.
I do that. I have
and
a
then
Netflix
Alex Armstrong comes back. Yes, quite. Alex Armstrong comes back with $5 and says, what's the story behind that Arkham Horror friend of yours? Why did he refuse to read out the flavor texts? Does he hate the game or was he just lazy? Referencing an anecdote I once told about a friend of mine with whom I used to play Arkham Horror, the board game, and I used to insist on a house rule that we always read out the flavor text on the event cards. Because he'd always just look at it and say, okay, you just lose 2 health and 1 sanity. I'm like, bitch, why do you think we're here?
Yeah.
But the dude in question was like a big board game fan who was also a maths graduate. So, you know, he was into it for the mechanics.
Yeah, yeah. And couldn't care less about the set dressing. Like it could have been.
That's the flavor, though. You need the flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Zoe Reisvelg gives $5 and says, all of Catherine's true endings are easy enough to achieve, but I have no idea how you're supposed to naturally intuit full bodies alternate endings.
Yeah, I ended up having to look those up as well. I like the original Catherine endings because they are very much the sum of your choices. Like, what decisions did you make when asked questions? Which girl did you gravitate towards, or yourself?
Are you a Catherine or a Catherine man?
Or dare
I ask, a Catherine man?
I'm more of a Catherine man. You know what? I'll date the daughter of the devil. It doesn't bother me. I've done it before.
Yeah,
I'd
go with. Personally, I'd go with Catherine myself, but I see charms in Catherine and Catherine. Anyway, Moring75 gives 10 CA dollars and just says salute emoji.
Thank you, Morink.
And then Mr. Arms and Legs gives 5 CA dollars and says most annoying true ending was in Prince of Persia Warrior Within, where the secret ending where you don't kill the Empress was the real ending. I only found out in the sequel. Yeah, that's what I said.
There you go.
Where you been?
Prince of Persia.
Extremely frustrating.
Witticism gives $5 and says Dead Cell's true ending is ruthless. Requires beating it on New Game +5 or something. I could barely scrape out a +2 win. No way, I'm sweating out the rest.
A +5? Get out of town.
Okay, well, a +5, like that game is a roguelite.
Yeah.
So are they saying you have to win? You have to go through 5 successful runs. That's fine.
Yeah.
Hades did a similar thing.
Sure.
Right.
Man Back gives 86 Swedish kroner and says, sending you 86 kroner because you guys are great. Plus, I stopped smoking, and that's what a pack would have cost me today.
Hey, congrats.
Fuck yeah, dude. Proud of you.
Job,
Keep it up.
Back. Nick McCormick gives £199 and then message retracted.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, Nick. Oh, saucy. What are you saying?
Ooh, mystery.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to assume he posted lots of slurs. Lots of slurs against minority groups.
Oh, no.
Anyway, Blistered Soul gives £199 and says, Team Cherry said Hollow Knight 7 endings are all equally canon. Oh,
can't be
well,
true.
death of the author and all that.
Oh, like, it's kind of like that. So we have to think about the term ending as a point at which that narrative ends, right? In Hollow Knight, you could see how all of the events of the endings could happen at different points in time. Right? They're not necessarily a different decision.
Yeah.
I think it would be very disingenuous to argue that all of Nier Automata's endings count as endings.
Sure. Yeah. Only
for example,
is a true ending.
Yeah. I mean, the ending you get for eating mackerel or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Probably
Where you-
doesn't count that as an ending.
where you remove your power cell and you just shut off.
Yeah. Jomo Slomo gives 50 Norwegian kroner and says, "Is this podcast segment a mech and me, Jomo, the pilot, for the short duration of time it takes whichever one of you to read this out aloud?"
I don't not like that. I don't dislike that, Jomo Slomo. We were Casey and I were trying to figure out on our stream last week
What is it that
is and
defines a
isn't
mech?
Yeah. You know, from
Well,
What was the
pregnant
decision?
women to Ratatouille to yeah.
You are a mech. Your
Sure,
brain
yeah,
is
your nervous
piloting
system.
a
Yeah,
flesh
Well,
yeah,
mech.
you can say that.
Well,
Yeah.
surely by its very definition, a mech has to be mechanical, as in composed of metal and components.
Your body is biomechanical.
Your body's a one
Is it
line.
though?
I actually don't know.
Words, man. Words.
I don't. Well, even if that is the case, I don't recall seeing any part of the definition of mech that says it can also be biomechanical. Isn't it just like a vehicle but with legs?
Casey was adamant that it has to
I mean,
it has to be bipedal. And I was like, what if it's got spider legs? And he said no. And I thought that was rude.
No, that can be a mech.
Yeah,
If
like
you
armor-
can
armor
pilot
core.
it, right? If it has crab legs, there are quite literally like crab walkers in
Well,
Armored
let's
Core,
not.
and that is a
Well,
mech
let's
game.
not relitigate. That some of us want to get their lunch at some
Jomo
point.
Slomo, you've done it. You've become the pilot of this mech.
Oh my god.
Alex Armstrong gives $2 and says, "Bro, heart, Fallout New Vegas ending, hates Fallout 4's endings."
What's wrong with Fallout 4's endings? What did Fallout 4 do? I don't know. I didn't play Fallout 4.
It's just a faction thing, isn't it? It just comes down to which
Yeah.
faction you side with.
Yeah.
the end.
Fallout New Vegas did a good thing of the little slides and then Ron Perlman reading out what happened to the various characters I came across. I like that.
Good old Ron Perlman.
Yeah, he's got
What's
a
he
good
been
voice.
in lately?
Probably still thinking about Hellboy. Trying to
Probably
squeeze
measuring
in
his
that
face.
Hellboy costume. He's got a big
Well,
face.
he didn't play Hellboy in the most
Big
recent
face.
Hellboy film.
He didn't
as I
play him in
understand
either.
it.
There's been 2 reboots since he stopped, which is too
Oh,
many.
blimey.
There's been 2?
Yeah. Both
Well,
have
if
been,
he's
one was
not
David
being
Harbour and one was
Hellboy-
even less popular.
If Guillermo ain't involved, I ain't touching it.
Well, shit, I got to look this up now. If he hasn't been Hellboy or been doing much voiceover in,
It was
what
the guy
hell
from
has he been
Stranger
doing?
Things.
Yeah, David Harbour. That was 2 ago.
of the
There's
Hellboys.
been another one since then, Jay. There's been
What
another
the
Hellboy
fuck?
reboot with a man I don't know. Yeah.
I love Hellboy. How's that not?
Yeah.
Fucking, how do I know about
Okay.
this?
He's done a few voice things and a lot of. Oh, he's been
probably
like
getting-
producing some things.
He's probably getting old, right? It seems like he was like kind of
Yeah,
old
I
in the
assume.
90s.
Well, he was born.
I feel like
in...
Ron Perlman has that face, so he always looks kind of
Sure,
old.
he came out just like looking even like he was 45.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's 75.
Yeah. So he was pretty old when he was Hellboy.
Hell man.
Early 60s. He was a hell man.
Yes.
A hell geriatric.
Let's not get into the question of how old Hellboy is in canon.
I mean, wasn't he? He was like born. He was born when the Nazis in the first movie, right? Like the Nazis gave
Yeah.
gave birth to him.
The Nazis tried to summon.
Yeah.
He was a
cult
child in the 40s. That doesn't mean he was born then. He was summoned from hell in the 40s.
But he's small. He's like a baby.
You think he might
He
be
was a
like a
child. No,
400-year-old child, like a Yoda?
He was a child when he was summoned, so I assume that wasn't his birth. I assume he was living
No.
in hell for a bit before then.
And
Sure.
came through. Yeah.
Now, bloody chat's crashed. Hang on a sec.
I like Hellboy. Hellboy's pretty cool.
Well, I'm gonna watch The Crooked Man later.
Okay. Mirith gives $5. Says, "Do you ever not play a game stroke watch a show because a friend is obsessed and insists on it? A friend won't watch Arrested Development because of us. Well, I'm certainly less inclined to play Danganronpa because everyone keeps banging on about it."
I always say that about the internet is like you gotta at a certain point you gotta like leave a recommendation and then just walk away. And maybe someone will play
Yeah.
it, maybe they won't. But yeah, no, I feel the same way. The more I'm pressured, the
It can-
least likely I am to do it.
Yeah. Well, and also like your involvement with the thing can mar it. I have a friend who's like obsessed with pirates, and for the longest time he was like, "You got to watch Black Sails. You should watch Black Sails. Black Sails is really good." And we were all like, "Shut up, pirate man. We
Yeah.
don't watch your fucking pirate show." Black Sails fucks. Like it's a really good TV show.
You don't even need to be
really
a pirate
good,
man
like
to enjoy it.
historical ship battles. Yes, you'd fucking love it because it's like they pay special attention to the ship battles.
All right, I'll
amazing
make
show.
sure to make sure to not watch it then.
See, there you, go.
bastard.
What if it turned out
Leonard
Yahtzee was
Bloom.
the
I'm
pirate man?
There you go. Leonard Bloom gives 20 euros and says, I went to a museum and there was a big expo about Napoleon with VR experience. I was impressed by it because they threw you in all different battlefields. Yard, as a VR enthusiast, do you think VR has educational potential? No. No more so than just watching shit on TV, really.
I think they're trying to make it. Remember,
I
like
disagree.
those Assassin's Creed
I
games had
disagree.
like the tourism modes almost.
Or just play like a first-person game in a museum. It's pretty much the same. You don't need the headset.
Well, there's a different thing. You can understand scale better. There's more. You can pace it, right? It's based on player movement. I think there are applications of VR that could be used for education. It's not like infinitely better. It's just a little bit better.
Anyway, fill my ass up. Good old fill my ass up. Gives 50 Norwegian kroner. Says Nier Automata has a pretty good true ending, basically tying up all the loose ends, given what its themes.
Love the Nier Automata ending. I think
How do you get it? Still need to play that. Can't get past the tutorial.
You just need to keep playing it, because when you finish the game the first time, you get an A ending. When you finish it the second, like, to get the E ending, the real ending, is not hard. You just need to keep playing. Like, you don't have to.
I have to restart the game to get ending B.
So no, Nier is a weird one. The game restarts, but you play as a different character and the events are different. So I would say rolling ending A is not an ending. It's like considered, in my opinion, you finished a chapter of the game.
It's like you're inversing the castle.
A little bit, yeah. You do have to redo some stuff, which is a little annoying, but it is like
From a different perspective.
yeah, and it is very
That's
much
just
further
more
in
of the game.
story. That is just more of the game. I do think it is just more of the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
good game.
Andrew Milne gives £5 and says, jump scared by the thumbnail when I've been playing Arkham Knight for the first time this week.
Just like when
I
gets you.
I do like bits of Arkham Knight, but
Go back
I'll
to
never
I feel
forgive
like
it.
We were harsh on it.
I'll never forgive it for doing my boy Scarecrow dirty.
Sure. You do love Scarecrow.
Oh, instantly. I started playing that game for the first time like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
You know who's a good Scarecrow? Injustice 2, voiced by Robert Englund, Scarecrow.
You fucking
like
Robert Englund,
Scarecrow boner,
like
dude. I love
Freddy
it.
Krueger, Robert Englund?
Yeah, that Robert Englund.
Oh, that's cool.
They got him to voice
Perfect.
Scarecrow in Injustice 2, which is dream
good.
casting, if you ask
Yeah,
me.
absolutely.
I just like, what's really stupid is that they had got Robert Englund to voice the Riddler in the Batman cartoon series. What sense does that make?
That doesn't. Who would be a good
Anyway,
Riddler? Regis Philbin? He asks questions. Alex Trebek as the Riddler?
I don't know.
Do you think Alex Trebek could have pulled off a Riddler in his prime?
I think Paul Dano was a good casting, but he played the Riddler completely unlike the way the Riddler normally is.
He's like an incel, terrorist.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the Scarecrow when he's just a dude who gets a kick out of fucking with people.
Mm.
Anyway, John Fu gives €2 and says, Twiglets or Quavers? Oh, tricky one. I think if you gave me a multi-pack
Easy.
that included those two, I'd probably leave them till last. And I'd eat all the skips first. But if I had to pick between the two, probably Quavers.
Quavers is mine. But I'm with you on skips is a league higher than both
Although
of them.
try not to eat them while smelling the inside of the bag. Where Quavers are concerned.
What happens
cheese
if
stank.
you do?
It's just really stanky cheese.
Oh, in my mind, these were cookies. That's why it's
Yeah.
very
I'll give
confused
it
why the
crisps.
cookie bag doesn't smell good. And I was like, why
The
would the
chips.
cookie bag? But no, I can imagine chip bags, certain flavors. Yeah, the chips.
I think the closest equivalent to the taste of Quavers would be the sour cream and cheese chips you get in the US.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sour cream and onion, I got a lot of time for it. Sour cream and cheese, ooh, no.
I like Cheetos,
bit
but I don't
much.
like cheese chips. It's very weird.
Detective Piss Dragon, member for 9 months in the value tier, says, Miyamoto here, sending you a wee mail. Congratulate you, Super Mario Galaxy, Bing Bang Wahoo. Please stop saying Bowser has canonically vored Mario.
I like the name Detective Piss
Well-
Dragon. That made me laugh.
Yeah, that got me good.
I didn't realize vored was a verb now.
Yeah, it was voted
be
Oxford
voted,
Dictionary's Word of the Year.
There you go.
Century. Get it right.
Captain President gives a big fat $50.
I'm going to give you the
Says,
salute, and I'm going to have one tear, just like Snake at the end of Snake Eater.
and says, has a date for the next Dokapon been decided? Can't wait for you all to get the genocide ending and grind the king into a fine sausage.
Yes, the date has been decided. We're there's a couple more moving parts to it as well, so we don't want to lock it in yet. The plan is for late this month, and it would be on a weekend, so roughly the last Saturday of the month, but we'll know for sure soon.
Alex Armstrong gives $2. Says Far Cry 5's apocalypse ending feels anticlimactic. Well, that's weird to say that because
it's the most exciting thing.
I mean, I don't see how you could get more climactic, frankly.
Yeah, no, it felt not anticlimactic. It just maybe felt sudden, like it was a threat this whole time, but just kind of felt like a sudden thing to have to deal with right at the end.
Well, if you pay attention, the background lore is sort of establishing throughout the whole game that there's some kind of conflict going on in the larger world.
Sure. Yeah, it's not just Montana's gone nuts or whatever.
Yeah. Snowbound Wanderer gives $5 and says, on the New Game Plus stroke play again topic just brought up, Starfield, for all its faults, does very interesting narrative things with its New Game Plus. Who cares? Snowbound Wanderer, not I.
If I'm not mistaken, I read about it. It's like you almost enter like a new... Again, it's like a loop, but like an alternate universe loop. And sometimes NPCs play different roles and everything. Like certain times you'll have a different status you'll like be born into a different status in the universe. NPCs will change. I remember watching a video about it when it first came out. I thought it was neat.
That's neat. They really mismanaged where they put resources in that game.
Yeah.
They really fucking did.
Yep.
The Noob Master 58 gives $10. It says, off topic, but Yati and Jay, I have the first 4 seasons of Red Dwarf, Dad's Inheritance, even though he's Latino. Can I enjoy them as is, or do I need to get the rest of the series? Love you all. Well, Red Dwarf is a sitcom from the time before everything was fucking serialized. So yeah, watch it in whatever order you like. Watch the seasons in reverse order if you want. It won't matter.
I mean, if you have the first 4 seasons, you can absolutely enjoy them as is. And then if you are still enjoying it and want more, you can go out and purchase more.
Well, this might be a hot take, but I wouldn't recommend watching Red Dwarf in season order because I think the series found its feet around season 3 and 4.
Yeah.
I think it was a bit slow to get into, but that's common for most shows.
Especially comedies. I think it was Mike Schur who created Parks and Rec, and The Good Place said that in a perfect world, sitcoms would film 20 episodes and then delete them all and never show them to a human being and then start with episode 21 because that's one. Which if you see a lot of shows, like, the first few seasons of The Office or Parks and Rec, or, it's tough for a show to sort of enter fully formed.
They tend to repeat themselves a lot. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Red Dwarf, all you need to know is there's some guys trapped in space in the far future, and they have adventures in space. And if you get into it watching seasons 3 and 4, you can go back to watch seasons 1 and 2 and find out how they got into that situation. But I wouldn't say it matters that much.
Do you think it's a better space comedy than Futurama? Did you ever watch Futurama?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Better than Spaceballs?
I'm a British person.
Better than Spaceballs.
But then that's not saying a whole lot.
They comb the desert.
Yes. And then it cuts to them with a huge comb.
Yeah.
That's Mel Brooks for you. It is to laugh.
Shit. Good goofs.
Hawkeye Goff gives 20 Swedish kronor and says, Sisyphus Kane, hero of the Imperium. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, you 40k nerds.
What?
40k?
What's that? This is a Warhammer thing?
It's a reference to 40k.
Oh, that's too many Ks,
apparently.
If I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. Well, yes. Certainly too many for a Scrabble board.
I guess like a handful. Like between 1 and 4. No, 2. 2's fine.
Yeah, 2 Ks.
Yeah.
NBA 2Ks.
What's the word? I'm trying to think of what's the word with the most number of Ks in it. I got knock. Knock's got a K at the start and the end.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Crassochrysocrism.
Yeah, crassochrysocrism. You forgot about that one.
There you go. Sheldon George gives $5 and says, FF15, Final Fantasy 15 true ending was in a novel.
That's how you do it.
Fuck off.
Wasn't that also the case with Balan Wonderworld? Or at least the novel explained the plot?
It was scribbled on his
Yeah,
prison
like-
cell wall.
If the narrative is continued in a novel and then it has its own ending, I don't think that can be considered a true ending, right? That's just a
Yeah.
continuation.
Yes, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Shout the books.
Shro Cat gives £4.99, says dollars rather. Says, hi fellas, nice to finally catch you live again. Yes, because we're broadcasting on a public holiday.
Strocat,
We
thank
are.
you. It is great to be here. Ooh, Knick-Knack. That's a good one. Snowbound Wanderer.
Ooh.
Knick-Knack has 4 of them.
4Ks, yeah, 4 of the
Yeah.
buggers.
Done
But only 2 of them are pronounced.
That's true. Nick. Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, Witticism gives $5. Says, following up, each plus makes the run harder in Dead Cells. Have to work your way through each difficulty to get to the ultimate +5 mode.
So
Ruthless.
it's not just playing it 5 times, it just gets harder? That's too hard. I don't want things harder.
Jomo Slomo gives 50 Norwegian kroner and says, is mech short for mechanic? I've never seen one with a big screwdriver, giant roller duct tape and or humongous can of WD-40.
It's got a bit.
OU scamp.
No, it's short
No,
for
it's short for
Mexico.
mechanical.
Short for Mexico.
Yeah, fine. Sure, whatever. And finally, Wizard of the Void gives $21.53.
Incredibly
Weird
specific.
sum.
Is that to like do our like donations to
I don't
a
even
specific point?
I don't even think I have the
think
thing
so.
up. If I'm
Oh
being
my God.
honest.
Whoops.
Didn't have space for it in the layout.
And says, I hate black licorice, but after you mentioned Australian licorice, I saw some Darryl Lee at Publix and tried it. It is good, but gives me high blood pressure, so I eat one a day. Had any luck finding good candies here? Well, I kind of like...
Yeah, what American candy do you
what's
like?
it called? I do quite like 100 grand bars.
I like 100-gram bars too. They feel very decadent. Like there's a lot going on inside
Yeah.
of them, and I like it.
It's like crispy biscuits, but with like this dense core of toffee in the middle.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, what's that called? I like the sound of
100
that.
grand.
The 100 grand bar.
Yeah.
Okay,
was
I'll
featured-
try one of those.
It was featured on one of Binging with Babish's ranking videos because he just does ranking videos now. He's just kicked the whole recipe thing in their head. But he did one of like popular Halloween candy, and he ended up discovering that 100 grands are objectively the best candy.
Mm.
I'll have to try them. I like cherry Twizzlers, Jolly Ranchers are good, and weirdly enough, American Twixes are way better than British ones.
Oh,
So
interesting.
You think?
I like those.
I can't say I've noticed a difference in the Twixes.
I've been just trying to buy as many things that we also had in England here,
To
and I
compare 'em.
found that a lot of them are better here. It's just I'm just pumped full of shit.
Hey, I was watching an interesting video this morning that explained to me why Snickers was called that.
Why,
Oh, yeah?
something with a laugh, a little grin.
Well, the Mars company was set up by a bloke called Joseph Mars, and their first like breakout product was the Milky Way, actually, in the US Milky Way, the one that's more like a British Mars bar.
Sure.
And then they shortly afterwards came up with the Snickers, which was named after the same dude's horse. He had a horse named Snickers.
Incredible.
But now
Which
I
is a
need to
good
know
name
why
for
he
a
called
horse.
his horse Snickers.
Because the horse would
Well, it's a
snicker
good name for a
lot.
horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, because snickering is
it would go
something
like,
horses do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard that expression, so I'm glad I've been
It's-
educated.
You've
today.
never met a horse
It's basically it's like having a pet called Giggles.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Mr.
Giggles,
Chuckles.
Giggles the hyena. Yeah. It just
My
Snickers
dog's
the
called
horse.
Ludo. I can't fucking hold a candle to it.
And the reason why Snickers was called Marathon in the UK originally was because there was a falling out between the people running the Mars company. The son of
And
the
the
original
horse.
founder
Oh.
of the company said that he wanted a third of the business, and his dad said, I ain't giving you a third of the business. And the son said, well, give it to me or I'm going to piss off to the UK, set up my own Mars factory, and be massively successful over there. And he said, well, fine, go and do that. So the guy said, yeah, I will. So he did. And that was the genesis of the British Mars bar, which was
There's-
basically a rip-off of the American Milky Way.
There's so much drama. Why
Yeah,
isn't there
I
a
know.
movie about this? Why a biopic?
Well, the Mars dynasty are notoriously private.
Snickers be
Apparently.
damned. will
Then
be
just
the
make up
name
some
of it.
stories about them. It's fine. If you're not going to tell us your stories,
Yeah.
we'll just lie.
But then, the Mars bar is like the quintessential British candy, Marty.
Sure. I do
like
that.
the Mars,
I do-
like the spin-off Mars company was like hugely successful. So successful, in fact, that they basically went back and bought the original Mars company.
Oh, funny. I didn't realize that
can
a
see
British Mars bar is just a U.S. Milky Way, though. That's what you said, right?
Well, that's the thing, because I love British Milky Ways, and I saw
There are
a Milky
British
Way in the
Milky
store
Ways
and was
now?
like, hell yeah.
The British Milky Way is basically a small version of the American Three Musketeers bar. It's confusing, I know.
Did they not
I
got the
now know what
Musketeers
it
over
is.
there?
Cool, because I've been looking for it. Thank you.
Yeah, but the American Milky Way is basically the British Mars bar.
Incredible.
Although the recipe's been, it doesn't taste quite the same in my experience,
Sure.
in my expertise. But yeah, that's the case.
I like
We
it.
didn't have 100 grands in the UK. The closest equivalent to 100 grand in the UK would be a toffee crisp, and that's still a little bit different.
100 grands were like a
100
relatively new candy. Like I remember that being introduced in like the 90s or the
Yeah.
early aughts.
They had a thing. Oh, what was it called? It's called a Maverick bar. Do you remember Maverick bars, Jay?
No, I don't think
Those
I've
are
ever had
my.
a Maverick
Those
bar.
are, well, they were discontinued, but they were my favorite British chocolate bar. Anyway, Tsunami Dusha gives $10 and says Mischief Makers on the N64 had yellow jewels you collected inside every level. At the game's finale, every yellow jewel extends the ending, and when you run out of jewels, the ending abruptly ends.
Just like life.
That's
We're out of jewels.
That's a fun way of doing it, I suppose.
That is really cool.
Mischief Makers is a great game too. Best 2D game.
That
on
was sort of
N64.
what. That's sort of how Crash Bandicoot 1 does it, because the whole point is you have to collect gems so you can jump across a bridge of gems at the end of the game.
Gotcha. There's even a little bit Astrobot did that, where like you need to collect all the dudes so that the dudes could make a dude bridge to get to where you need to get to.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, love a
Dude
dude
bridge.
Love a dude bridge. I looked up
Yes.
Maverick
Who doesn't
Bar,
love a
and it
dude
just was just 100 different bars in Wisconsin that are named the Maverick Bar. So
I had the same thing.
yeah,
Hang on.
it was very. I was very. I'm like, oh, there's too many bars in this state.
Fucking.
Or not enough.
Think about it.
Okay, AI is completely wrong. It's because it's
Maverick.
saying the Nestle Maverick chocolate bar was launched in 2025, and that's a complete lie because I had them when I was a kid.
Someone posted
Historically born, 2026.
AI this morning that said it was cause of death for John F. Kennedy, and it said that some heart condition he had contributed to his death. I was like, I don't think that's true.
Okay.
AI. I think he
I
got
think the
shot
bullet
in
to
the
the
head.
head.
I think he got
Yeah.
shot in the head.
Okay, here it is. I found it. The Maverick chocolate bar, the discontinued Nestle Roundtree bar, launched in 1997, discontinued in 2000. And it contained caramel, raisins, biscuit, and toffee pieces, all covered in chocolate, and it was yummy.
Oh.
I loved it.
That's a lot going.
Oh,
raisins.
I fucking love raisins. Dude,
yes,
you
I
get
know.
in England. I don't know if you get them here. You get chocolate raisins.
Oh, I
Fucking
love chocolate
fire.
covered raisins. That's my movie theater snack.
Oh,
If you go to
Oh, they do
Costco,
like
you can
movies?
get if you go to Costco, you can get like a box of chocolate raisins the size of your head.
Oh my
I had
god,
one.
I have a big.
Okay,
I have a huge head.
give me that Costco card. I'm in. I'll parallel park. I'm going.
I was nibbling on that jar for months.
Fucking hell. You're meant to eat the raisins, not the jar. Twat.
Yeah, silly me. Yeah, I eventually figured that out. Once I'd gnawed through.
He got through.
Bleeding from the mouth. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck? There's raisins in here?
Magnus Burkhoff gives 100 Norwegian kroner. Says, has any of you ever tried Turkish pepper? Objectively, the best candy is marzipan, especially covered in chocolate. Fun fact, Norwegian tradition is having Christmas marzipan and Easter marzipan. You know, I love sweet things, and I hate marzipan.
Marzipan is a bit much.
Marzipan's disgusting. I hate,
like a brick
I
of
hate that it
sugar.
was. I hate that it was standard practice to put it in wedding cakes for a while, or Christmas cakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, coating a Christmas cake in marzipan is tradition in England, and it's just a bit much.
Yes, and I hate marzipan. It's vile stuff.
It's like you get some Christmas cake, and you're like, damn, this marzipan's gonna be sick. You have a bit of it, and then I end up just like peeling it off the cake,
Yeah.
and then just eating
Yeah.
the cake because it's just too much.
Looks like Turkish pepper is just a kind of like a salty licorice candy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's probably not even from Turkey
Probably
because
not,
that's
no.
branding for you.
Yeah.
Turkish Delight, wrapped in chocolate, is a British.
Yeah, they're Danish.
standard
What the fuck?
candy bar that you can get.
The Turkish peppers are
What the
Danish.
fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Well, you know how
That revelation you had was strong.
you know A lot of cultures will do that to sort of associate their product with exoticism.
Sure.
I mean, Haagen-Dazs is like an American company. They just named it like random Scandinavian sounding syllables just so it could sound exotic.
That's why we have Canadian bacon, because it sounds it's from the exotic wilds of Canada.
Yep. We persist in calling a certain kind of bread French bread.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Shout out to French bread.
Yeah.
I feel like it's lunchtime. I think it's lunchtime.
Yeah, I think I need to eat some fucking food. Pretty fucking sharpish. Thanks for listening to the podcast, as always, the Windbreakers podcast. Had to take a moment to remember the name there. I was thinking about my lunch. I was Yahtzee Croshaw. I was joined by Jay and Marty. And there's all sorts of content on Second Wind as long as the Patreon subscribers keep ponying up. I mean, let's face it, it's not because of YouTube views these days. Fucking algorithm.
We figured out why it's happening, though. We might have a video about that soon.
Well, we sort of figured it out. But yeah, the algorithm has definitely started shitting on us from a great height. We're not getting served as much as we used to.
Shitting on us from a great height. I don't like that at all.
Yeah,
that makes it worse. That makes it worse.
Yeah, I know. But all we know is there was like an AI update to how the YouTube algorithm works around the time my Ninja Gaiden Ragebound review came out. And from that point on, all our videos have had their views sliced in half, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long story short, it's age verification stuff that's doing it. So you can blame the UK government.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the bum is what it is.
Yeah.
My arse.
But yeah,
I hate it when shit reaches terminal velocity.
That makes it all the more important that you all subscribe to the Patreon so we don't have to worry about this kind of shit. You know, if everyone
100%.
watching this right now subscribed to the Patreon for just $1 a month, we'd probably stop complaining about it.
This is true.
I don't think anything can make us stop complaining.
No, yeah. I'm upset about
it. Well, that's my entire shtick. That's my bread and butter, complaining about stuff.
We gotta just keep going.
Yeah. So anyway, yes, content this week, fully ramblomatic on Wednesday, will be on the subject of as yet unreleased game, Chronos: The New Dawn, Bloober Team's new survival horror thing. We actually got a review code in time for once.
This is going to be a fresh one. I think on the day of the embargo drop.
Yeah, it absolutely will. Not even the day the game comes out. It doesn't come out for another 2 days.
Machi.
So you'll know not to buy it.
Yeah.
And that's that. I've also got a semi-round dropping this week, which will be on the subject of YouTube playables, of all things. I just felt like I had to talk about them. I'm surprised you'd never noticed them.
I don't know what happened.
They never get served to me ever.
Or maybe I just, my eyes just might glaze over them. Like I might just treat them as ads almost.
You don't need to be served them. You go to the YouTube homepage, you scroll down an inch, and they're right there.
I never go to the YouTube homepage.
Well, I guess you
I
don't.
have a lot of subscriptions, so I just go there. Maybe that's one of the reasons.
Well, fair enough. Yeah. Yes, also Yahtzee Tries, my regular stream on Wednesday. I don't know what I'll be playing. We'll figure that out on the day, probably. And that's my stuff. What else we got?
Jay, you had a new design delve, like we mentioned, the one up this morning.
Fresh and hot out of the kitchen, yeah, on Hollow Knight, and why it may intentionally be designed to have a bit of a bad opening, which is kind of in prep for Silksong coming out. So I'm sure there'll be streams of us covering Silksong as it comes out, so I hope to see you guys there. Mm-hmm. Also, there will be a Dev Heads this Friday. I'm going to be trying out a new, more topic-focused podcast format, so you guys can look forward to that. Yeah, that's for me.
Yeah, speaking of Silksong, it releases for everyone on Thursday morning, so we'll probably do a stream of that, probably in the Fallout spot, that noon slot on Thursday. Maybe have Jay lead that since he's been such a hollow boy recently. But yeah, we should, rest of the week should be normal streams. No Hidden Gems tonight. The crew is taking Labor Day off, but Nick and Jenna should be back tomorrow, and then more Jack and Daxter on, and after Yahtzee Tries on Wednesday, Firelink at the normal time on Thursday, and yeah, all that good stuff, which you should all definitely stay tuned for. Since there's no Hidden Gems tonight, I'll probably be doing a personal stream over on my Twitch channel a little later. I'm replaying a little Ghost of Tsushima to prepare myself for the Ghosts of Yote. I'm just in the replay mode right now.
What a game!
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Well, so is a lot of people apparently.
Yeah,
like because all the games we see are fucking remakes.
Yeah, this is true.
Anyway, that'll be it from us for today then. See you next time.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for hanging
In
out.
a bit,
Oh,
gang.
I have to hit the button. I forgot it.